Hello, Barmy Badger Army.
Hey, Badger Army.
How are you doing, guys? Today we're going to be talking about, of course, Banksy's infamous shredder incident. We're going to be talking about The Circle, a new TV show, and we're also going to be talking about Mrs Hinchs.
Whoever she is.
Whoever she is. So obviously, let's get cracking without further ado. So obviously, Nick, we heard recently in the business that Banksy's latest sort of £1 million sort of piece of artwork recently got shredded as soon as it was released to the public.
You could not make stuff like that up.
You can't make it up.
You know.
So he literally, it went on auction in Sotheby's and made how much, do we know, Nick?
It was something like £860,000.
Something like that, yeah. So it was near enough $1 million. It was really insane. And Banksy was in the audience at Sotheby's.
Or one of his spies.
Or one of his spies. Someone who was related and knew Banksy was there, and they pressed a button, and all of a sudden it got shredded. I mean, what the heck is that about? So literally, apparently everyone thought the artwork had been ruined, but Sotheby's and other auction sites are now saying because of the incident, and it's going to go down in history, the artwork or bits of it are now worth more than it was ever before. And apparently Banksy's saying on record that it was meant to be part of it, and the mechanism was meant to go off, and that was meant to be part of the artwork. Of
course, it's Banksy we're talking about here.
You know,
there's no way that could happen by accident.
The fact that he planned that months or years in advance is very interesting.
That's just so Banksy. I mean, I've been to an exhibition of Banksy's work in the past. Yeah, this was a good few years back now, probably about 5 or 6 years. But yeah, it's quite impressive. I think to be honest with you, I think Banksy is willing to take risks, which you have to be in the art world. You know, it's and you know it doesn't always work. You know, not everything he does has been perfect in every way, but I think the art world, it needs people to kind of like push the boundaries.
That's very interesting. Yeah, I love the idea.
As you know, being involved in that kind of industry, like we both are. Every so often, you need genuine innovation, and people, the rule book needs to be torn up every so often.
Yes, and I think it's very interesting the way he's done that, and it's people like Banksy that are keeping the art world alive. I think.
I would say so.
Definitely.
It stops it from becoming really safe, which could quite easily happen with the art world.
Yes, I think they could definitely dot the T's and go number to number. But yes, so I think it's brilliant, and I'm really impressed with the way Banksy did that. And if you're watching Banksy, comment below. But yes, and now we're going to go on to Mrs Hinchs. I don't know if you've heard about who. Basically, Mrs Hinchs is making the world of cleaning becoming popular. No words of a lie. She's got over 85,000 Instagram followers, and she's a local person. She goes around B&M and all these different places in Romford and the local area, and she is a massive internet star, and she is making doing housework popular.
So she talks about kind of like, does she do it in a particular way?
It's all on Instagram. There's the Instagram stories, and there's all the different products she uses, and there's photos of her home and how to get a good home and how to get everything like that. And she's inspired thousands of people. And I was doing hinching all weekend. So basically,
you admit that too?
I know. So basically, the whole weekend we were doing this thing where we were literally doing housework for over 2 days, and it was insane but brilliant. But thank you, Mrs Hinchs, but I am absolutely knackered because I was sweeping and cleaning the floor at 10:30 last night. I know, okay, it's insane. So I don't quite know what to make of it, but thank you, Mrs Hinchs. It was insane, but I'm really pleased that you've inspired the boss. The boss has gone out and got loads of cool cleaning products, all the new mod cons for it all, and she wants it to be crystal clean, which is great, and I'm glad she's inspired, but it is knackering.
I bet it is. So, I mean, what does she do that's different? Does she just kind of like yeah, is there like cleaning techniques?
Yeah, cleaning hacks, cleaning techniques, and all sorts of different things like that. So it's very interesting the way she's done it, and it's inspired thousands of people. And Procter and Gamble even sent her a special bottle of fairy liquid, so it's insane. But yes, I know. So now we're going to talk about, before we head off, we're going to talk about the Circle. And I know you've not really heard about this, Nick, but it is the latest in, you know, what you would call sort of Big Brother is watching style TV.
Reality in inverted commas TV.
Indeed, reality in inverted commas. And basically, each of the contestants are on their own in their own flat,
right,
and they don't have any contact with the outside world apart from an internet connection that goes to a specific chat room where they talk to the other contestants and they battle it out for who's the most popular. And if you get deleted as a friend by everyone, then you're out the game. It is insane, but it's like a modern Big Brother, and it's probably going to go on for at least a few more seasons. It is fantastic, but you can't make it up. The latest game show, the latest reality TV show, is about somebody being alone in their flat, talking to people they've never met before.
That's not like YouTube at all.
I know, it's insane. So it really fits in with the modern society and everything like that. So it's really interesting. What are your thoughts on that, Nick? What do you think about that sort of style? Do you think it's interesting, or do you think the world's a bit of a worrying place now?
Well, people have been talking a lot about kind of like loneliness and how worrying it is, and I think to be honest with you, I think with that sort of show, it can go one of two ways.
Yeah,
it can get people actively thinking about, you know, how most of their communication with people is online through a computer screen.
That's true.
You know, so if it gets people thinking about that and thinking, you know, what can I do to, you know, is this me? What can I do to change that?
Yeah.
You know, is it doing me any good?
That's right.
That's something that we can look out for. I mean, you know, one thing we will say is, you know, don't hang out with people for the sake of hanging out with people.
That's true, yeah.
Most of secondary school for me was that. Because you know, I often ended up hanging out with people because if you were alone, you were an easy target for bullies.
This is true. This is true. But pick your friends wisely and have fun with them. Yes,
you know,
definitely.
And I think if it goes down the same way as Big Brother, which in the end, Big Brother was just trying too hard to be outrageous and too hard to pick fights between people.
That's right. They picked awkward and random people on purpose. You didn't get the interesting people that you usually got before because they concentrated too much on who's going to react and who's going to fight. So I think as long as it stays as a genuine experiment on social networking and modern culture, I think it's great. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think the final was yesterday. I need to catch up on it, but I know that the very final person that was that got the People's Choice really deserved it. I'm not going to reveal that just in case you need to watch, but I recommend watching The Circle back if you haven't yet, Nick. And let me know if you've heard of Mrs Hinchs, you've seen The Circle, or your thoughts on Banksy, which is really fun. So thank you very much for watching, guys. We've got to head off because we ran out of time. So bye for now, Barmy Badger Army.
Bye for now, Badger Army.
Look after yourselves, keep safe, keep well. Much love, everyone. And a big shout out to everyone that sponsors and helps the show, because you make these episodes possible. See you next time, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.